impeachment, trials, proceedings, concept, rule of law, I don't know. Anyways, basically what happens with impeachment is that, so bear with me as I explain this one, because this sounds fucked, but it makes sense. Regarding impeachment proceedings, and then also a lot of other rules of Congress and like Constitution stuff, I think of it as like my sex and like dating life, and that like the House is the man, like representative of the people. Starts off strong, like it's a good, humble person, just doing the best they can. And I will ask for 100%, but I am lucky if I get over 50% of what I want from the man. But he gets stuff going. He does. And then I consider the Senate my vibrator, in that it is much more concentrated power, can get stuff done, like good. And it's kind of the closer on things, And this is how that relates to impeachment process, is that the impeachment process starts in the House. And basically what happens is that it has to go through the judicial committee, and has to get a simple majority vote through that, and then is brought to the House. And then, well, first of all, there's the articles of impeachment. That's basically just like the legal way of saying like, hey, we're impeaching you. It's kind of like the beginning of the process. And the impeachment process is like, it's like a trial. Like it's like a legal Law and Order SVU type of shit. But the president is in charge of like a criminal crime. Like not in that can happen later, which it should, but that's not what the impeachment process is. It's like its own, it's like Title IX on campuses. Like this should be a legal issue, but it's going to handle it itself within the smaller arena. Anyways, so basically what happens is it goes through the judicial committee, and then it's introduced to the House floor. And it has to get through a simple majority vote, so 1/2+1 in the judicial committee, and then it goes to House, and then it also then gets a simple majority vote. So it has to be half of the House plus one, and then it can go to the Senate. And then that's where the impeachment trial happens. Impeachment trial is run by the Supreme Court Chief Justice. So that's Roberts. And he's like top of the food chain. He like he controls the whole shindig. And then basically what happens is that House managers are like, they try the president based on what's been written. And also impeachment, it like says the crimes are for like high crimes and misdemeanors. So once again, very vague. Constitution is a vague ass document. Anyways, and so then the president can have its own representation saying like, no, I'm innocent, which is a lie. But I guarantee Rudy Giuliani would be leaking all over the place trying to put that one through. So who fucking knows? Anyways, and then basically the trial happens, and then the Senate has to vote, and the Senate needs a 2/3 majority vote, which is a lot. It's currently like in regards to the Senate, 2/3 is a lot. It's only the amount of brain cells I have left after college, but in regards to the Senate, it's a lot, and just Congress in general. So basically, that's what happens. And if the Senate votes 2/3 to impeach the president, then the president's impeached. Now, let's review like why one is better over the other. 25th Amendment, fast. It can go much faster, and would just immediately remove them from office with the initial vice president and 8 out of 15 cabinet members. But with the impeachment, we've been hearing a lot about how impeachment makes it impossible for Trump to run again for office, which is kind of true, but not really. It's not like really like the actual impeachment like vote. There is a disqualifying vote that comes afterwards that can only happen once the president has once the 2/3 vote in the Senate has voted to impeach the president. Then there's a disqualifying vote, which only requires a simple majority, so 1/2+1. And that would prevent the president from ever running again for like any type of law or any type of government office. And then there's also been like, so in like late 1950s, there was a law passed that basically like gives presidents their perks once they stop being presidents, and includes like a nice ass pension and an office space and staff to further their legacy or whatever the fuck, who fucking knows. Anyways, an impeached president cannot get that. They're like, sorry, if you're impeached, then you don't get any of the perks, which is fair. Only perk they would get is still Secret Service, which is annoying. Anyways, that's then what would happen. That's why like the impeachment is a good process in that sense, and like a favorable process in that it prevents Trump from running again. But you may be asking, hey, Trump's only in office for 9 more days. Also, Congress likes to drag its ass everywhere. What the fuck? Like, can that happen? And so, maybe. There's generally unknown if you can impeach a president after they've left office, but the one precedent that there is like late 1800s, Secretary of War was impeached after they left office. To like continue that, but we all know that president in Congress nowadays is like a lactose intolerant person. Like, you know what you're supposed to do, you know what to do and what not to do, you're gonna do whatever the fuck you want. That's kind of the situation. I'm not personally holding my breath over Trump actually being removed from office, partially because I have asthma, but also partially because there's a lot of white supremacists who are still sucking Trump's dick. So who fucking knows? But that's kind of the situation. Bureaucracy, man. Cheers.